Hi guys, I'm Shmee, hello and welcome back to the channel where today is going to be a treat. We're here at Boden Autohaus in California, having driven over from Las Vegas with the GT Black Series, now cleaned up and looking magnificent under the Californian sunshine. But we're going to be changing over the keys to something pretty iconic, something I absolutely love. Now, I've been to visit Boden Autohaus before. They make fabulous exhaust systems for all sorts of different cars, and we're going to be hearing some special stuff, some firsts today. But have a look at this here in the warehouse at the moment. Porsche Carrera GT, Novitec 812 N-Largo, Pagani Zonda, Lamborghini Centenario, Diablo, a Porsche 918 Spyder, which actually has a completely new system on it, one of the first to have that, plus other cars being worked on, Ultimae Roadster, 512 TR, F8 N-Largo as well. But today, it's going to be about this, and if you know anything about my channel, you know how much I love the Porsche Carrera GT. This is no ordinary Carrera GT because it has Boden's system on it as well. Yeah, let's have a quick look around at what's going on, what they're working on, and then let's grab the keys, go take the roof panels off this, go out for a drive, and enjoy this V10. Let's do it. I mean, this is just cool. Some of the projects that Boden Autohaus are working on at the moment, plus the cars that are here, some for storage, some for different things. This is Chasen's Pagani Zonda, one of the original C12S's in the Geneva yellow, looks mega. The Lamborghini Centenario, one of only 20. This is Bodhi's car. This is so cool to be able to see, and then the rest of the lineup behind, plus work in progress, the F8 N-Largo, full wide body. You can see on this car just how much wider the new bodywork is. A few cars up on the ramp, some things being done with the Ultimae Roadster here, RSQ8, loads of amazing stuff. But let's come over this way for two things. The Carrera GT, plus I want to squeeze on through past the Diablo just here to show you this, because I've never seen a 918 like this. Check it out. With the exhaust system completely changed to the equal header length Boden system that they have created for this. Look at the way this works. The engine, you can see down there, top of the engine, it's so low down into the car. I've never previously noticed. Of course, the 918 has the top deck mounted exhaust tailpipes, but all of this completely bespoke, completely made. And I think later on, we'll probably get a first start sound of that to hear exactly what it is like. And they do all of the work for their titanium exhaust systems right in here in the workshop. New location since I previously came to visit, but I'm looking forward to this one because the Carrera GT is a legend. It is an icon. This car is actually in Inozetek Snow Blue. It's a car that we can go out and enjoy, and especially here. Of course, changed wheels, new springs, sitting very, very low. Come and have a look inside it as well. We're in here. It's the shop Carrera GT, by the way. Inside here, all the carbon, the houndstooth seat inserts. Oh yes, this is what I'm liking the look of and what I'm about to enjoy driving. But first, I think given how nice the weather is, we need to get these roof panels pulled off so that we can get this with all of the soundtrack, go enjoy it in the sunshine, then pop back to take a listen to that and who knows what else where we head afterwards. Right, passenger side first. So easy to do this in the CGT, and the mysterious thing that people don't realize, there is a storage compartment just there with your bags from factory, with gloves, with a small umbrella, whatever you might want to squeeze in. These roof panels actually have a catch just at the back. You pop that, lift it up, and it is that easy to take them off. You can store both of these in the front, or as we're going to do just for today, I'm going to go and pop them over on the trestle table over here, just for safekeeping in front of some of the other cars that are in for various things, and come around and do this side. It's so easy to do this actually. Just grab the catch, lift it up, done. There we go, look at that. Roof panels off, the CGT ready to rock and roll. I just need to be really careful with these, make sure they are secured in place just there. So I suppose I should hop in, we should get this started, take a listen. The cold start was just running and that sounded immense. Now we've got the fly off park brake, close the door, but of course Carrera GTs are famed for the clutch. It's very difficult to drive these things. You have to be completely up above the bite point before you go on the throttle. If you go early on the throttle, it's not going to work. Now, quick little blip. That's 2000 RPM. So into reverse, delicately does this on just the clutch. to maneuver out of here, where we're going to need to use the lift system actually, which is not from factory. Carrera GTs did not have a factory lift system, but in here is a little button from KW. Press that and the entire car will lift up, full all-round lift system, and we can carefully maneuver this out into the sunshine. Oh yeah, I'm looking at the GT Black Series in the mirror. From a car that I love touring with to one of my favorite cars of all time, the Carrera GT, for so many reasons. 5.7 litre naturally aspirated V10 that was engineered for Le Mans, never featured in a Le Mans race car due to the changes at the time, so they made a few over 1,000 of these. Highly sought after, famed for being a very challenging car to drive in many ways because there's a lot of power, 612 horsepower. You need to be seriously restrained and aware of what you're driving, what you're doing, as we might well scrape here, but I'll do the best that I can. I've got a skid plate, thankfully, under the car. Here we go. Yeah, we're good. No scrapes. Road is clear, but this is where you've got to avoid the temptation to use the throttle. I'll put the lift system down. Oh, listen to that. That is one of the greatest sensations in the world when you drive this thing. The shifter is in such an unusual position, so high up in the middle of the dashboard. This is just glorious. What a day. So just on the clutch. There we go. Get familiar with it again. Amusingly enough, the last time I drove a Carrera GT was actually right here in this area when I visited Damon and went out with his car that he has actually now sold, sadly. I think if I owned one of these, I would never be able to sell it. Got a few friends who have these. TGE, of course, filmed when he collected his, but obviously more recently they have flown up in value. These are kind of $1.5 million cars now, $2 million cars perhaps, for good reason, because there's nothing like this anymore. The engagement, the feel, and this sound with the Boden exhaust system. This sound is just fabulous. Quite fun thing about where we are, as I just let this truck go past, that is in Tustin here, where I went for the launch of the Corvette C8 at the blimp hangar. Now, of course, road straightens out. That's so cool. The thing with a stock CGT is that they're actually really quiet. It's a glorious sound, but they're very quiet. As soon as you straight pipe it or something, you actually go a little bit too far and lose some of the natural tone, some of that pitch that you have by default from the car. So this is kind of what you want. Flipping a downshift, just a wonderful sound in the middle without it being too much, too overwhelming. Okay, we're slightly on the move. First gear, gosh, I'm so paranoid about the clutch. And then it completely drops off while you're mid-shift. Just listen to this thing. It's, I love driving it. I mean, I often say that my favorite two cars in the world, my favorite three included the SLS Black Series, but I bought one. My favorite two cars that I don't own, dream of owning, are this and the Ferrari F50. Both engines built for motorsport, both cars that have so much to give. Manual gearboxes, removable roof panels. I love that obviously you can pop off the Targa panels in here. Unfortunately, a bit of traffic, but we do have a little tunnel. So can I do some little sneaky trick here? Try and open up a bit of space in front of us. I'm gonna do my best. Wait for it, wait for it. Nobody behind me. First gear. Now that was insane. Yes! Oh my gosh. Carrera GT at its finest. What a sound. Now there's nobody behind me, so drop it down to third. Drop it down to second. This exhaust is mega. Okay, if I ever own a CGT, this is what I'm putting on it. This system. This is perfection, absolute perfection. No words needed, just listen to it. Just listening to that sound on a day like this. Could it be any better? This time of year, it's not too hot. It's just perfect. The things you find when you're driving around here, that is a very, very out there 488. It's a 488 Spyder with a wing on the back and a multicolored chrome wrap. And here we are filming it from a Carrera GT. Normal stuff, LA style, Orange County style. It's just how it goes. And then a second later, GT3, Nano 1.2 GT3. Just there as well. LA things. How you doing? Love it. Shout out to the guy driving the truck. That was amazing with the other people around who beeped as well. Joke. So we've got a bridge here, and then we've got a highway double tunnel. Yeah, life is good. Let's do this. You just have to remember to resist going on the throttle, because as soon as you go on the throttle the first time, you're gonna get it wrong. So take it easy, take it easy, take it easy, and... Wow. The sound of this is unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. All right, back onto the freeway. Right, here we go. Okay, that sounds mega, but wait for this. Let me just drop it down to second gear through the tunnels here. That is F1 sound at its finest. That is absolutely F1 sound at its finest. I love driving this thing. The precision of it all. And I find often Porsches can be not the most emotional driving experiences, too precise. But this is a perfect blend. It's an absolutely perfect blend. And there's so much power. Obviously everything is just opened up a touch more thanks to the new exhaust system. I mean, can you get enough of those downshifts? Can you have better than that? Does better than that exist? I don't think so. Part of me wants to try at one point a Carrera GT kind of clutch dump, full throttle burnout just to see exactly what it's like. But when people are kind enough to allow you to drive their cars like this, you kind of have to respect them. You can have fun, and in here you can have so much fun and make so much noise without even doing anything silly. But you have to remember it's a 7-figure car. And yeah, we don't want any trouble or anything going wrong in here. Just enjoying this, enjoying every second of it. My favorite thing is going from third down to second and doing that rev matching. It's just so good. So good. I love the small steering wheel, the tight grip. Obviously it gives you so much feeling through the wheel of this. Super sharp. One of the interesting things actually is the weight saving of the exhaust. The stock muffler in this car, they said is 93 pounds. It's about 40 kilos. This system, get this, 4.5 pounds, 2 kilos. That's a lot of weight to take out of the back of the car. Obviously a bit more weight at the back kind of helps a little bit with these. They're edgy anyway, but yeah, that's a big weight saving from the back. So big deal changing the exhaust like that. Now I missed something before we went, and I feel a little bit foolish for this. After you've taken off the roof panels, you're supposed to slide these over. Just one looks a little bit cleaner, and two obviously stops bugs and things getting caught up in all of this. But that was a cool experience. And this car in blue, I mean, I'm a sucker for blue, whatever happens. Blue with the wheels, HREs on here, sitting low on the KW setup. Just immense. Now, I've not shown you inside the engine bay area, So let me remember where you open this on a CGT, down there. You've got to be careful because if you try and pick it up from the back, your fingers are going to get crushed. You have to lift it from the side, same with closing it down. But look back here, they've changed these to carbon over the top. It's just a mega engine bay to begin with. And obviously down here is where you've got the titanium of the exhaust system. Can't see too much because of how it's deeply buried in, but they've made a bespoke X-pipe for it, effectively. Just cool when you think what this car is. It's probably the best, well, it is the best Porsche in the world. This is, hands down, the best car that Porsche have ever made. That was a very loud Aventador. Start it up again. Click that back down. Man, I don't want to go and give the keys back. I want to go and drive it again. Oh, I enjoyed that a lot. So much fun. But we need to go and hear some of the other cars in there. Go check some of those out.
Good on,
Josh, that was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool, thank you.
You're welcome.
We got to hear this though, 918.
Yeah, we just finished this up. Actually, it's been a long time in development. Come check it out over here. So as you probably know, the 918 isn't the best sounding car from the factory.
It's super aggressive.
Yeah.
The V8 is really sharp, and because it's like 2 feet behind your head.
Exactly, yeah, but coming from a Carrera GT, I mean, it's night and day. So what we did is we ripped everything out. We created an equal length header system that's an 8-to-1 merge, and what this is going to do is essentially give that high pitch tone that we were looking for. This is all 3D printed right here. The tips are 3D printed.
That's cool.
We've done a little bit of testing on it, not too much. We added extra heat shielding here just to make sure everything stays nice and cool. And then next week it's going to go over to the dyno so we can kind of dial it in, make sure it's perfect. And then yeah, it's going to scream for sure.
That's awesome. It's amazing when you see the car like this, because normally when you've got the engine deck lid over and you've got a massive muffler thing going on in here, you can't see and you don't realize how low the engine is. It's quite like the SF90 now, but you can see straight through the back of an SF90, so you know how low the engine is. Whereas in here it's like, it's almost like there's an exhaust system where you think the engine should be.
Yeah, and it's cool because like when the lid's over it, you can still see all this. It's cool work. So I'm pretty excited to get this thing on the road.
I can imagine it's like a piece of art, isn't it? What you make to go in here. We should take a listen then.
Yeah, I can't put on the road, but yeah, I can start it up for you, give it small revs, doesn't go more than 4K.
Yeah.
But you can get a kind of an idea of what it's going to sound like.
A sound check for the start. It's going to be a cold start as well, isn't it, right now? So,
oh, you're good.
All right, ready when you are.
Starts off in hybrid.
Oh yeah, of course.
And then...
Oh my goodness! No, I can't hear you. I don't know. It's warmed up a bit. It sounds completely different to the standard. Like it's a different tone.
Ready?
Let's have a listen. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
I wasn't expecting that, the way it snaps. Crazy.
Little burble.
Oh, that's loud in here.
Sorry. Yeah, it's not quiet at all.
Oh my goodness, that's 4,000 RPM.
Yeah. You can only imagine. I mean, up top, like when it gets to like 7 to 8, it literally sounds like a race car, just like straight from the track. It's out of control.
That's mad.
It's terrifying.
So you've done a whole host of upgrades. You've done all the carbon on here as well, right?
Yeah, I did all the carbon. We lowered it a little bit on the factory suspension. We're waiting for some wheels from HRE, the new carbon wheels. It's really cool new wheel that they came out with. It's not much you can do to these cars. Anything you possibly do, we did. It actually is wrapped. It was gray before, and now it's satin white.
It looks cool.
I'm waiting for the wheels, and then that's about it.
So what are you doing to the Diablo?
This one, we just did a full custom exhaust on it. Just about done. We're just making new tips for it. Centenario is just sitting here. It's got our exhaust on it as well.
That's crazy. It's one of only 20 in the world.
Yeah, if you want it, it's yours.
Yeah, keys? We should do a swap because I'm technically still, I've still got this.
The Courage. Oh,
I'm keeping
I don't know if I would.
What about the N-Largo? That's wild. You've done the full conversion on this.
Yeah.
The Novitec installation.
There's 18 of these made, or 18 of these available. This was the last one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So just finished the build.
I mean, it's a lot of work because everything is incredible.
Yeah.
Like all of the wide body parts. It's like, I don't remember the exact
Fenders.
numbers. What is it, 7 or 8 inches wider than the standard one?
I don't know the exact numbers, honestly.
But it's big.
But you can look right here and kind of get an idea. The factory one would be right here. And then so you're adding this much.
Nuts.
So it is just
Absolutely.
girthy.
So what's the exhaust setup on here?
It's Boden setup. So this is just our setup from the headers back.
Yep.
It's got valve control. It's got sport cats. It's got an X pipe. So it screams. I mean, you know how these cars sound from the factory. They're pretty good, but not as loud as you want them to be. So opened up, they just sound like freight trains.
I almost feel like a cold start.
You're feeling kind of freaky, huh?
I'm feeling like it. Can we do that?
Let me grab the keys, yeah. You want to hear a cold start?
Oh yeah, I know what these things sound like. Nothing beats, I mean, we're just going through the engines here, the V10, the V8, now we'll get a V12, throw it in for good measure. So that's the valve setup. Oh, there we go. There we go. Man, that is a good noise. That's a good sound.
Nothing like it.
So raspy on the cold start. This at full chat. Something else.
Such a good tone.
Yeah. Glorious. Absolutely glorious. I love the noise of this.
It doesn't get old. I love driving these things, just slow up the RPM, just climbing, just pissing everyone off, and then just shifting.
Time to pull this in, which means... Yes. That was a fair trade with the keys temporarily. GT Black Series to Carrera GT. Such a cool machine. Sounds so amazing. Lights quickly going down. We're going to pop this back inside now. Okay, that was cool. Best sound in the world. And right, let's pull this in. Well, it's getting towards the end of the day. What an incredible little lineup behind me here at Boden. They worked on some seriously cool cars, F40s, P1s, you name it, plenty of epic things. And today, driving this, I mean, each and every time I've taken out a Carrera GT, I've come back feeling like one day, I would love it to happen. And today, no different. That exhaust is the sweet spot. Keeping some of the tone, but giving it more of the sound, more of the noise, because let's be real, if you're driving a car like this, it's about that emotional connection. It's about feeling like you're driving something epic. You want to enjoy it to the max, and that is the perfect way to do it. But they do some cool stuff. I mean, the full Novitec N-Largo, all of the other things here, custom bespoke exhaust systems, titanium, 3D printed parts, all sorts of different things. So it's been amazing to stop by. A big thanks to Josh for the opportunity to let me take out their shop, CGT, because it's just awesome. I don't have any more words for it. What a start to being out here in California. That's it for now though. Do check out Boden Autohaus for plenty more of their projects and other things that are going on, including, I can hear the sound of a 911 Turbo S going around, RSQ8 that was here earlier, even the Aventador Ultimae being worked on at the moment too. That's it for now though. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you again very soon. Cheers.